All right, guys, let's check out this very cool and unique Steinhart Marine Regulator. So big thanks to my buddy Bobby over at Bobby Legs Loves Watches. I'll put a link to his channel and his video on this actual watch. This is his watch. So I think these are kind of hard to find. From what I can tell, it seems like Steinhart isn't making them anymore. So you're pretty much reliant on the secondary market. And I know I keep bringing in watches that are very difficult to get, but I still like to see them and share them with you guys. So what we have here is a 42 millimeter watch case. Now, because there's no like dive bezel or anything like that, it's going to look like a really big dial. And that's nice. That's a good intention. It's super legible and it presents well. So 42 millimeter case, 50 lug to lug. You can see a full polished side, a massive oversized 8.3 millimeter crown there. Very easy to manipulate, which is nice when you're dealing with a mechanical, non-automatic movement. So this is a hand wind only. So very cool. We'll do some more close-ups of that. But full polish on the sides, a little bit of brushing on the top, polished bezel. So very polished-ish type watch, except for a little bit here on the flanks and the brushing there. Thickness is 12.5 millimeter, but that's including that double dome sapphire crystal with AR coating. 20 millimeter lug width here, so you can do a bunch of different straps. The strap that it comes on, this leather, is of high quality. You can see there. There's some information there. It has a couple of, one sewn-in keeper, one floating keeper, nice hardware, not overly complicated. It's actually very easy to change the size on that and snap it down and get it on wrist. So, and I will do a wrist shot towards the end. So, now, let's zoom in on the dial and talk about what's going on here. So, as you can see over there at the 9 o'clock, it says mechanical regulator. So, this is a watch that is basically paying tribute to a master clock. So, this is the master clock layout for a watchmaker back in the day. They would have one main clock that was always set to a good time, so they could set the other timepieces to it. And they separated the hour and the minute hand from them so that they were never blocking each other. So they could clearly see that it is, basically 8 minutes after 8. So it's a very simple design, super legible once you, realize what you're looking at. So very cleanly done. Of course, you have the large seconds sub-dial there at the 6, constantly sweeping. This is a non-hack movement, and it is using the ETA 6498-2. It's a 3 hertz movement, 17 joules, and depending on where you look and who you ask, varying, power reserves on it. But expect, 40 plus hours of power reserve. You can see kind of like a onionish type crown, almost cupcake looking, and of course signed with the Steinhart logo. Like I said, being oversized, it's very easy to manipulate. And if we take a look at the movement behind that nice display case back, it's large and in charge. You can see all of it. So you can see you have some cool stripies. You got most of the jewels and the blued screws you can see. And it's pretty cool. They kind of engraved in the Steinhart S on that wheel there. So pretty fun. A little bit of information around the outside there. Steinhart stainless steel, sapphire crystal, water resist is 5 ATM or 50 meters, and Swiss made. And Steinhart's out of Germany, but they are Swiss-made components in watches. There were 2 colors, I think. I don't know if the other one was black or really dark blue. I couldn't find any. Like I said, it's some of these companies, once they discontinue a watch, it's off their website. They don't want to take up that data, that space. So they removed it. So I couldn't find information directly from Steinhart. But it's a very good-looking handset there. They're like a gloss black or enamel black against that stark white dial, super legible. I prefer the white dial, even though the white dial one is going to present even larger on wrist. If you feel like it's too big already, then try to find the darker dialed one that's gonna feel and look a little bit smaller on wrist, if that makes sense. White seems to always look a little bit larger on wrist. So let me pop this guy on wrist for you. There won't be a lume shot because there is no lume. So there it is on my 7 1/4. Oh, we better slide it up a little bit there. So I'm joking. Maybe a person was talking about how low I wear the watch on my wrist. it's just because I throw it on real quick. So you guys can see it. But there it is on my wrist, and you guys know how I feel about 42, 43 by 50. I'm really digging that size. I haven't grown out of it. I think it's my new favorite size, you know, or not new, it's been months now. But I think if I'm going to wear a watch, I want some presence. I'm not going to probably ever really wear a 34 millimeter watch. I prefer this size. So whatever size watch you prefer, wear that size watch and wear it however you want on your wrist. Do whatever the heck you want. So if you want some cool, unique type watches, then look for things like this. High quality, Swiss made or out of Germany or wherever. There's a bunch of different brands out there, and they're doing things a little bit different. Kind of mixes up your collection a little bit and makes it a little more fun. Because for the most part, people don't notice the watch on your wrist. I kind of feel like if you wear things like this, whether they're really bold, you know, like I wore my Tron today, people might say something about that. Or if you wear something like this, if they happen to look at your watch and it's not just a regular watch, it's something like this that there's hands in weird spots, they might be like, hey, that's kind of a cool watch. I don't know, maybe not, whatever. So if you're looking for maybe a topic, you know, a watch that may stir up some sort of topic, whether it's among your watch buddies, certainly your watch buddies, this piece here stands out. You do not see these on people's wrist. I don't see them posted up on social media. They're pretty cool. Plus, who doesn't like a large display case back showing your hand wind movement? So you can see it might be fully wound, so, but I wanted to show you. There you go. So anyway, I know I babbled on plenty, so let me know what you guys think on this. I think it's really cool. Big thanks to Bobby Legs for letting me see this and share it with you guys. When they were available, they MSRP'd for about $700 US. I think they were a touch less. I don't know what they're trending at on the secondary market. So I'll see you guys on the next vid. Thanks for watching.